The views and opinions expressed on this program do not reflect the company, owners, management, staff, clients, or partners.
It's Friday, the 28th day of July, 2023, a week before the new champions are crowned at Cup Match 2023. Welcome to Bermuda's Daily Talk Show, folks. It's the Daily Hour brought to you by the BAC Group of Companies, Medical House and Lindos. I'm Jamal Hartman. She's Sancha Durham, and Teo Dill will be with us in a bit to bring you the latest in his news break, brought to you by People's Pharmacy. Sancha, you were calling my name. What's up?
Jamal, I know I haven't seen you in a while. So I know you want to poke at me a little bit.
Yeah.
You're in Bermuda now. You're not far away.
Oh, this is true. Yeah.
So let's watch your mouth.
Yeah. This is and I gotta be. See, what happened is, you and Sherry, I haven't seen you all week, so my confidence grew. And
but this is what you do, Jamal. You do all this trash talking when we're not there, or we can kind of come back at you. And then so I just had to remind you I'm sitting here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I mean, I've done well with trash talking this year. I haven't been as bad as years prior. Don't you think?
Something you're working on?
Yeah, it was a New Year's resolution. You're
doing well.
Yeah. I mean, that's it.
I actually do not know what you will do if St. George's actually won. I do know.
I think you and Sherry in particular would block me. You would block me. Yeah, you would block me. And I would probably be unbearable for about a week or two. Yeah, about a week or two. I'd be unbearable. Don't give me any ideas, because if day one's looking good, look, it's been so bad for us St. George's fans over the last decade or so that one day of good cricket, it was about 3 years, right before the pandemic, 2019, we had a good first day, and I was like, yeah, then day two just came back down to reality, and it's like.
I went to dinner last night, and I was sitting next to a friend, and she was like, I think this year I'm switching my team. I was like, well, who's your team? She was like, I'm so tired of losing. I was like, oh, I get it. Come over, girl.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? As I said, I only got loyalties to Noah Village and Baylor's Bay, and that's family ties. But man, I give St. George's 2 days of the year. I give them two, and you all annoy me for 364.
Well, I'm excited about tomorrow.
Oh, right, Cup Match Selection.
I was just gonna say,
you had me just not Cup Match Selection night, folks. Sam, you gotta write me backstage, make sure I'm tuned in.
I need to see how sharp you are.
Oh, okay. I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but we all know that. But no, I'm looking forward to it too. I mean, can I ask you something?
Yes.
Are you going to be wearing red and blue colors on screen?
Not red and blue, but
perfect.
I will wear red.
Why?
What are you going to wear, Jamal? We know what you're going to wear. You're going to tell the audience a story about how you're going to make sure you find a jersey today because you feel like Sherry's wearing one. So you have to kind of match Sherry. You stole her idea. You want to tell the audience that?
Anyway, let's move on, folks. Greetings, everyone. Thanks for making us part of your daily routine. A good one today as we welcome the recipient of the NMAC scholarship, Jade Richardson, on the show. She's a medical student, Sandra.
Listen.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love that Black girl power. Love seeing my girls doing well. Can't wait to have this conversation.
Yeah, props to anyone going to medical school, because your boy took me as much time as it takes to get a medical degree just to get a bachelor's. So I mean, props to you. I give you a lot. But hey, folks, what did Sancha just mention? She mentioned tomorrow night. It's a big night tomorrow. The first time ever. We'll be live streaming from both Somerset Cricket Club and St. George's Cricket Club. Juggling Jason Ford, who does the cup match commentary on the radio, will be leading the charge in studio. He'll be with Larry Marshall Jr. We'll be joined by the last man to lead St. George's to victory as captain in cup match, Lionel Can. Also, Stephen Otterbridge, former cup match player and current president of Baylor's Bay, will be joining in the studio. Maya will be down at St. George's Cricket Club. Sancha and Sherry will be up at Somerset. It's going to be a great night. We will be giving away tickets to the Cup Match Classic, so you don't want to miss the opportunity to win a ticket to Cup Match. All right. Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Question, because I feel like I'm not up on Cup Match as much as I should be. So the selection I only get it on my phone when it pops up. Oh, I know who's playing. Like, do people actually make it their business to go to the club and to be there during selection, or how does that work? Like,
yeah, there's diehards always around the club. But let me just finish. 7 p.m. tomorrow night, folks. 7 p.m. BCG TV. You want to go to BCG TV and sign up, just register to make sure that you have access. Don't go on the site and be like, oh, I can't get on. It's very simple. You have to put your name, your email, and you'll have access to it. You will be able to watch it live at 7 p.m. Coverage begins tomorrow. But yeah, usually selection night, there's people around the grounds. The bar is obviously open, right? And we will be encouraging you, if you're at that bar, to make sure you have a designated driver. All right. So don't worry, Sherry and Sancha and Maya will be on scene, and they will be. Don't be, no, they don't want your saliva on them, all that drunkenness and drinking and stuff like that there. And be respectful to my colleagues, my sisters, and I guess my friends, even the wearing those colors. But be respectful to them. They'll be out there engaging.
I think one day you should show everybody how big of a hug you gave me the other day.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about, folks. I don't know what I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
He gave me the biggest hug. I mean, I initiated it, but he gave me such a big hug. Felt so good.
And Sherry made it where she's like, Sherry's like, and 2 arms, Jamal. I'm like, Sherry's a troublemaker. She's the Don King of the show, folks. Please don't forget to subscribe on our website, thedailyhour.com. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Let's jump into today's conversation. Where we go. And there's a lot of comments, huh? Welcome back, Jamal. You know what? We have to contact NMAC too, because we're gonna get ourselves cleaned out. That procedure that they were talking about. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go down there. I did go to NMAC when I was back, but that ain't none of you old business. Good morning to everybody. Sonia Clark says, "My girl, address, please, because we can handle it." Like,
thank you, Miss Sonia.
So I put on the let me before we get into today's conversation. I put in the TDH group last evening, right? I said, so no one's gonna say it, right? And no one to this minute, no one in our chat has said anything. So thank you, Tanya Cheeseman, for saying St. Joe won mini cup match yesterday, Sancha. This is a sign. Nobody addressed me. Let me just go in there. No one. Sancha, Sherry, Larry, nobody. Maya, Phil, ain't nobody saying nothing, not even Teo. I said in the group, I'm gonna pull it up. I said, so no one's gonna say it? At 5:52 p.m. yesterday, and nobody addressed me because they know that mini cup match.
I think that it's not a sign. It's a sign of the future, maybe, but not this week, not next week.
Sancha, you want to place a bet on the live stream?
What type of bet you want to? If I'm betting, it's gonna be a bet.
Okay, let me think about it between now and the end of the show.
Like, I won.
Why she got to be so intimidating, like, about a bet? Like, it's gonna be a bet. Like, I was probably pulling out $2 that I had in my pocket.
No, I want like a massage certificate, or like, $2
can't cover a massage.
No. Bring it.
All right. Oh shucks, you saw my status. Okay, I think somebody saw this hug that you're talking about. Yeah, edited video is a great thing in today's
Oh,
world. Yeah,
please. He
edited video.
enjoyed it. He needed that hug.
Yeah. Oh, they ready for me at North Shore. So cut match clean out. I'm gonna hit you up after the show. I'm gonna hit you up as long as I'm good. Cut match to eat as much fish and French fries as I want. But let's get into today's show. So Sancha, I think this is I love this time of year. The banter, the clean banter, the atmosphere, the camaraderie, the community, the sense of like pride and culture and traditions. Right. Cut match is my favorite time of year. This is not to say I don't enjoy Bermuda Day or Carnival or the holidays. This is my time. This is like I just love everything about it. People choose sides, and it's no hate. It's just banter. But that said, the question of the morning, very fun Friday, and I know there's a lot going on with the taxis and rideshare. We'll talk about that in subsequent episodes. But keeping energy high on this fun Friday. What's your most memorable cut match experience? What is your most memorable cut match experience? Go first, Sandra, because I'm about to think about this.
I have to really think about it as well. I've had so many, so many. Like if I take it back to like when I was young, I used to love the fact that my mom, so she used to take me like early in the like maybe around about June, the beginning of June, we used to pick up material. She used to get a pattern, and my mom used to like sew all of my cut match outfits, like design them, sew them. And me and my girls used to go to the field like in our one of ones that my mom had sewn me. And I know that's a big part of it for me. And I think that's probably how I like fell in love with fashion. That's a big thing for me.
Fashion, yeah. Ladies take cut match fashion seriously. Yeah.
Oh, of course. I mean, not so much anymore for me. Now I'm just like, okay, what am I wearing today? But before, like, people have a fresh outfit, head to toe. They've picked it out. Everything. Come on, Jamal. It's the biggest fashion show of the year.
Yeah. I mean, because of where I live, I always thought Bermuda Day was like the big fashion. Like again, like your mom, my mother used to make our clothes for Bermuda Day, and I like always had these unique things. But that said, cut match, I mean, I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but Sench, I'm sure you would give some fashion advice for people going to cut match, right? I mean, I don't think heels and cut match kind of go together, right?
What, Jamal? You let people do what they want to do.
No, I'm saying they could do it, but I'm just saying it's kind of rough out there.
I've worn heels in my younger days.
I bet you have, but
I've worn heels now since I've had Maddox. It's all about comfort, but I definitely worn a heel.
She said the word comfort. My point is, folks, do your thing, but be comfortable because it's hot out there. People are crazy out there, and not crazy in a bad way, but it's just a lot of energy and hypeness, and I'm not quite sure heels would be the best option. I ain't never worn them, so I'm just going based on what I've seen. No experience.
You know what? Another thing, I didn't discover camps like cut match camps until I had Maddox. Isn't that crazy?
So you weren't never invited to one. That's what you're saying.
I'm still not invited. I'm just. I just.
Hold on. How you? No, she just made me. Never mind. I ain't taking it on, folks. I ain't taking it on. Let's go to the audience. Happy birthday. We've got a niece having a birthday today. Sam Cat plays happy 11th birthday to make sure how you pronounce it. Catalia. I love that name. That's love it. I think someone's really trying to insult Sancha. How did you not know Sancha was not like Mark Arthur C. Phillips just says, I did not know you were a fashionista, Sancha.
I think Mark and I need to have lunch one day.
Yeah. I mean, bro, if I said that, I would have got like backhand. Like, come on now. What's your most memorable cut match experience? So Sancha, yours is the fashion. I would say, my most memorable would be, I don't know how old I was. I was very young, probably the late 80s up Somerset. So if you're facing the club, that area of seats to the left, right there, where the players now sit, it was right to the left, like it was bleachers there, right? I was sitting there, and it's the first cut match I remember being at. And I was with my aunt because she took me to county games and cut match everything when we went. And Clevie with, I mean, 6 after 6 after 6, and they lifted him up and celebrated him and whatnot. But that was my first. I think that was when I realized I was a St. George's fan. I mean, it was pandemonium. It was crazy. I don't know if it was the early 90s or late 80s. Someone in the audience let me know. But my most memorable cop match was watching Clevie Wade put on a show like at cop match. Like, it was explosiveness. And back then, I mean, I loved cricket. Like, you could find me at a cricket game every weekend. And I mean, it was phenomenal. I haven't really experienced that as a St. George's fan in the last,
And you
10
haven't
years.
experienced it at St. George's. Right.
Folks, what's your most memorable cup match experience? Because these insults and everything come my way. I just don't get it.
No, I don't know a single person that feels that cup match in St. George's is better than Somerset.
I like St. George's because I can see the water from my camp. Something about seeing the ocean makes me feel, and folks, it's weird because you know me, I don't like the water like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't dipping my toe in the water. But something about the ocean gives this feeling of, island during this time. I think Somerset's a better space to be. It's more space, it's more ground. But I just think the feeling down St. George's, I probably
saw
like
you
a bit
for
more.
the first time last year at Cop Match, and I experienced Jamal. You didn't even get up to go anywhere. But audience, when I tell you, Jamal is full on into the game, and he gets so stressed. Like, you can't even have a conversation with him because he's like not listening to you. And
but you know who I think's like me? You know who I think's like me?
Who?
Maddox. Look how Maddox is when his team's done. Honestly, folks, and honestly, that's something I'm working on for me. Like, I get so emotionally invested into it. Like, honestly, I do. And Sancho, I'm glad you said that because people don't understand. Like, I actually do like this sport. Like, I like it. And so I get into it. Last year was extreme because I made myself believe St. George's had a chance. Like, so I didn't get up and roll. Like, usually I would make a round or two, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, go visit different camps. Last year I was just like, no, straight on. And
it's such a slow game, Jamal. You could have turned your head for a second and had a conversation with me, and it was just like, stop talking to me.
I'm gonna be better this year, Sancho. Folks, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna hug you. We're going buddy this year. I'm gonna be better. Like, I learned about myself. I think Sherry told me about myself too. You could, she's on a flight right now, so I could talk about it. So that's Sancho's memorable experience at Cup Match with me that I was not friendly.
Well, I have a lot of them with you from last year that we can't speak on.
Oh, what, the David Burke guy?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't show up in the camp trying to get photo ops and shake people's hand. Anyway, Chris Shay Shantia Gibbons says Cup Match is Somerset. It's always better. I don't think anyone would disagree. Honestly, I think it's just a larger ground. It feels like it's more space to enjoy. Somerset is a vibe.
Apparently, Tanya disagrees.
Well, Tanya says St. Joe feel any day. Something tells me she's probably from St. Joe though. I think so. Yeah, I think she's probably from St. Joe. Mark Arthur C. Phillips says, my late mom would go to the field the night before to get fish from my Uncle Larry's stall, St. David's Seafood. The night before. That's a good thing. Hey, look, why not? Beat everybody to it. Then bring it the next day and warm it up.
Since I had Maddox, I started tradition. We do first bowl, no matter where it is. So
yes, there you go.
We do first bowl. And I actually, how most people go second day? I actually enjoy first day because there's not as many people. I get to get food like that, like quick, don't have to stand in any lines. I enjoy probably about 3 meals throughout the day. I'm eating like breakfast, lunch, and before I leave. And yeah, I truly enjoy. So now I go both days of Cup Match. Before I was one of those people that's like, oh, I'll just go to the game.
Second day?
Second day and so I'm there all day, beginning and
And can I give you all a piece of advice though? You don't have to come either day if you don't want, but if you come, spread it out. Like if you're like a couple, one person come day one person come day two, like spread it out. Yeah, let's
I feel like it's gonna be even more people because we can't watch it on TV.
Well, that's a good thing, I guess. Monica Johnson says, I like you, Jamal. I sit at the front of the camp and watch the game and try to ignore the shenanigans going on behind me. Oh, yeah, because my camp's a party. Tanya Cheeseman says, I'm a Bay girl, but live St. Joe. I feel like family one at St. Joe Field. It's a warm feeling. Yeah, I like St. George's simply because from my camp, you can see the water. But I think they both satisfy my needs. Folks, what's your most memorable cup match experience, though? Come on, you guys got to have something memorable. I mean, I can't be the only one whose memorable experience was Clevie Wade smacking the crap out of Somerset back in the day. Come on, somebody else from St. George's has got to have a memorable experience of Lionel Can in 2011 taking them to victory with the bet and picking up their stumps and running off. Come on. I mean, I know Somerset fans lack memorability when it comes to it. Most of you just became a Somerset fan within the last 2 to 3 years when you realized they had the damn cup. I get it. You don't have any memorable stuff. Oh, sorry, go ahead. I just want to know.
We don't have to remember. It happens for us every year. So, I mean, it's like, okay.
You know what I said to Sancha, you all? I said, man, Maddox has never seen Somerset not have the cup in his life. And that's it.
Listen, let me tell you something. If that happens this year, I am going to have a crying kid. So, Somerset, don't make me sit here and have these conversations and don't produce.
I mean, Manchester United upset him last week when they beat Arsenal, but, you know, it happens. He's learning young. Angeline Butler says her most memorable was running out to Clarence Parfitt in St. George's to give him a blue $1 bill and him saying to me, thank you, honey. Now that is an experience. Who is Mr. Clarence Parfitt? He is the leading wicket taker ever, the most wickets in the history of cup match, 115. It's a record that I don't believe will ever be broken. I say that today. That right there is an experience. Angeline, my only question to you is, please tell me someone took a picture. Because, you know, today, now everything's on video. Somebody be out there. Oh, I got it on video. Esther Earl Trott says, after having worked cup match every year for 25 years, I go to the field the night before. It is exciting to see the preparation. Yeah, we usually go, we'll be there. I'm supposed to always be there the night before to help with the camp and stuff. But, you know, me and manual labor, you know, it's not the greatest relationship, Sancha, but, you know, this is my favorite time of year. And what I will say is let's create some more memories this year. Let's create, you might even see the Daily Hour team out dancing together. I mean, I could shake a little stanky leg, do something. I could do a little something. I don't know about Taylor.
No, I don't think I've ever seen you dance.
Oh, well, you might see a little something this year. I might shake a little leg and, you know, do a little something.
That's it. You come up from the game for air?
If St. George's is doing well enough to excite me, why you make that face? It's possible, Sancha. Just, oh my good. Anyway, folks, we've got a very special guest coming up. Before we do that, let's just remind people what's happening tomorrow night. Let's give them a reminder.
Yes, I'm.
Who has the most wickets in cup match history? Oh, that would be that by Bartholomew Jones. Wrong. Bimba Jenkins.
Bye, what are you doing now?
I'm refreshing my cup match knowledge for the trivia night.
Trivia?
Yeah, on Saturday, July 29th, the 2023 Cup Match Selection coverage will be live streamed on bcgtv.com at 7 p.m. Take part in the night of trivia, learn how much tickets for the game are, and find out who's making the cut. Presented by Bermuda Communications Group Limited and Media Maya, and brought to you by HSBC. Who's taking home the cup this year?
St. George's!
Somerset!
Could have left that Somerset bit out. I tell you, Michelle White makes a great point. She says they always go to the field the day after. The mess is amazing. Let's have a clean one. She's not lying. I obviously when I'm in Bermuda, we have to break down our camp the day after, and it is crazy the amount of trash. But obviously, all those people in one space. But what I do witness is a lot of people that come together to help clean it up. So let's do our best to keep things beautiful. And Manuela Jones says, I'm a Somerset fan, but my most memorable cup match is the year my granddaughter was born to my daughter and Lionel Can. He witnessed the birth and went back second day to win the cup. Wow. That's great. That's like some story you hear in like professional sports where, you know, it's not being available for the game, comes back second half and takes his team to victory. That's pretty good. I didn't like the first part of her comment, but she made up for it. I am a Somerset fan. Could have left that part out, but yeah. Let's bring Teo in for the news break. I wonder what Teo's most memorable cup match experience is. Something tells me it's going to be the most Teo thing ever. And if you know Teo, you know that means it's going to be extreme. Folks, don't go anywhere. Jade Richardson's coming up. She's the NMAC recipient of their scholarship this year. So looking forward to talking to her. And we're going to do some cup match giveaways. We have some towels to give away. Real cool towels. I saw a picture of Nicole Walker who won a towel and saw the towel. It looks clean. All right.
What was it?
Huh?
What color was it?
I mean, she's a right thinking person. So
okay.
Let's
go for red and blue. I need.
Okay.
You said that we have more blue and blue given away last year.
Yeah, we had a lot of red and blue left over. Nobody was taking them.
Okay, that's probably because you didn't promote them. But so this year, everyone, we have some red and blue towels for you.
Okay. They are great alternatives to toilet paper. Let's get to the news break.
All right, morning, fam. Very, very good to see everyone. And we will get to my most memorable cup match moment. And I promise you, it is as deeply embarrassing as one would expect about a story from my childhood. Now, as far as the news is concerned, Bermuda has got its first ever locally based airline, which is a big deal. Transport Minister Wayne Ferber joined the Bermuda Air principals to announce the significant milestone following the business class airline's full authorization from the Bermuda Civil Aviation Authority and receipt of its air operating certificate, designating this as the big deal it undeniably is, as excerpted here by the good folks over at Burn News.
This marks a pivotal step forward for expanding our island's aviation sector and symbolizing the potential for growth, progress, and self-sufficient within our borders. The introduction of Bermuda Air will undoubtedly significantly contribute to developing air service in Bermuda. As Bermuda-based airline, Bermuda Air will enhance connectivity, bolster economic growth, and promote travel to our beautiful island.
Now, although this is the first airline here in Bermuda, we're kind of late on this as far as small Caribbean islands with an air service. I didn't even realize the breadth of our cousins down south with access to airlines from their own islands. According to endlesscaribbean.com, there's a bunch of other ones throughout the region, including Fly BVI in the British Virgin Islands, Cayman Airways and Island Air in Cayman, Fly Montserrat in Montserrat, Win Air in St. Martin, and Caicos Express and Intercaribbean in Turks and Caicos. So we're catching up.
So either of you going to take this new Bermuda Air?
I think you kind of have to. Well, let me see the prices first.
I was going to say, because a brother's still on cheaptickets.com these days, you know.
I'm with you. You know what I mean?
More information.
I need more information.
Sandra, you want to research the pilots and stuff, don't you?
Bringing it back to the island, the official notices include the BPS's confirmation that the Cup Match holiday will be safe for everybody, especially motorists, due to the deployment of island-wide road sobriety checkpoints. As of next Wednesday, road safety officers will be conducting the checkpoints in St. George's, Hamilton, Smith, Devonshire, Pembroke, Paget, Warwick, Southampton, and Sands. Now, in case you're wondering, St. David's is included in St. George's, so don't try and be slick out east, right?
I was going to say, they named every parish, but I was like, St. David's is in St. George's, Jamal.
Yeah, that counts. Now, we have been lucky so far this hurricane season, but as we're all aware, we got to remain vigilant. And one thing worth keeping our collective eyes on is a tropical wave newly formed in the southwestern Atlantic. Now, specifically, it's sitting a couple hundred miles to our south and is currently tracking directly towards Florida. Now, most of the models currently indicate that the tropical wave's track shouldn't move around all that much and that conditions are only marginally favorable for any further serious development. All that said, we'll keep you posted if anything changes when it comes to this system. Now, finally, according to a whistleblower in the U.S., UFOs are real. I don't know if y'all heard about this. And U.S. military officials have been capturing aliens and their aircraft to keep everything on the low for decades. This from former Air Force intelligence officer David Grush with a House Oversight Committee about his experiences with UAPs, aka unidentified aerial phenomena.
If you believe we have crashed craft, stated earlier, do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, biologics came with some of these recoveries. Yeah.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still on the program.
And was this documentary evidence, this video, photos, eyewitness? Like, how would that be determined?
The specific documentation I would have to talk to you in a skiff about.
Now, a skiff, just to help clarify, is a sensitive compartmented information facility, like one of those basically black box rooms type thing where people can talk and there's no way for anybody to from outside to participate in the conversation. Now, the Pentagon, as you would expect, denies everything, saying the dude's crazy, you know what he's talking about. Meanwhile, what I want to know is whether or not a UFO landed in Minneapolis in the late 1950s, because I continue to believe that Prince was an alien. Yeah, that's not a human person. He's not a member of our species. Never was, never will be.
So here's the thing. Is it human arrogance? Is it human arrogance to act as if there's not life on other planets?
I think so, yeah. Like, I don't know if it's possible to genuinely comprehend the scale of the universe, like how big this thing is, and to think that we would be the only ones that exist in the entirety of all this space over billions of years. It's just I don't know.
Interesting.
But what I wanted to ask you was, does anybody agree with me that Prince was an alien?
I'm not. Look. I went to visit him when he passed. I went to visit his house, put a little something on purple out there and whatever. I'm not getting into it with Prince and his estate. I'll leave that to you and Sandra. I'm good friends with the family at this point.
I got you.
I have no Prince comments.
I went to Minneapolis. I went to the compound. Me and his family are good. But yeah, pretty much. But no, I ain't saying nothing.
That honestly, Sandra's response makes me think she knows somebody from the Pentagon. Oh, I no comment on Prince.
Yeah.
Little suspicious.
Hey, she's been taught like a New Yorker. You saw nothing, you know nothing. Keep your head straight and walk to your destination.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
So, do we still got space for my most memorable cup match?
Of course.
Experience?
We've been waiting, holding our breath the entire news break.
Yeah,
okay.
please, yeah.
So, this would have been like 93, I guess.
Okay,
so I was like 11.
Yeah, that's 12. Yeah.
And as many 11-year-olds tend to do, I had recently, just in the school year before we broke for the summer, successfully convinced a lovely young woman to be my girlfriend.
My goodness. All right.
I know. I pulled it off. I can't believe it.
Yeah. Okay.
So our first big date as a couple was going to be a cup match.
Okay. All right.
Now, this was also at the time when getting the oppressed together for cup match was a thing. Like, you started prepping that months in advance, like acquiring the different pieces of the outfit, right?
Yep.
Now, 92, I'm a basketball guy. I love teal.
Okay.
So Charlotte Hornets
Yeah.
was the team that I draped myself in their paraphernalia. But here's where I made my mistake.
Oh boy.
Well, two mistakes. The paraphernalia included not just a Larry Johnson jersey, but also like a big puffy Charlotte Hornets Bubble Goose ski jacket, right? You remember them joints? like the I swear you've seen them, like the big puffy ones, like, but they're meant for skiing. They look fresh, but they're not intended to be worn in a subtropical climate in the height of summer. And then I also got some matching. You remember those goggles, like those ski goggles?
Yeah, guys were wearing those.
Right. You wear them on the side of your head like this. So that was my press for Cutman, and Timberland boots. And no, Clark Wallabies is what I had, like matching Wallabies with the teal and the laces were the right color too, the purple.
You never got another date, did you?
No, because
I wouldn't know what her face said when you showed up. She probably hid from you.
No, it was even worse than that. It was maybe like 91 degrees that day. So if I had wanted to, I could have drowned her with my sweat. Like if I just shook my head in her direction, it would, like, the whole side of her body would have been drenched. And yeah, so she asked me to stand in line to get her some fish. And then when I came back with the fish, she was gone.
Listen.
So I said, something tells me this is going to be the most Teo story ever. And it didn't disappoint. It did not disappoint.
I'm glad to live up to expectation.
Proven that global warming is real, because if you try to do that this year, 2023, you're going to die.
Oh, yeah. No, St. John's ambulance will be busy.
Yeah.
Helping me to survive.
Folks, I always say in life, we have to learn from other people's mistakes. Young brothers, you get yourself a date. Don't do what Teo did. Don't do that, because what's going to happen, no matter how much you hydrate.
Teo, let me ask you this. Where were your friends? Because you always discuss your outfits with your friends at that age.
Yeah.
Where were your friends?
Well, the problem was that at the time in my life, my friend group were similarly foolish young men. So honestly, I got nothing but props on the description of the outfit and how it looked. Like, my man saw me at the field before she did. She was like, "Yo, you killing it, bro." Right? And he handed me a napkin so I could wipe my face.
But Sandra, to that question, you remember watching American Idol back in the day, and people would go on there and make a fool of themselves, and people would say, "Don't their friends tell them any better?" Well, folks, I'm convinced your friends just want to see you make an ass out of yourself too. Let's just be honest. Tay, anything for the weather, man? What's it looking like? Can people dress in those hot bubble coats this weekend?
Yeah, no, don't do that. It is unsafe and ridiculous.
Okay.
We have a wonderful weekend's worth of weather set up for us, like perfect conditions for going to the beach or out on the boat. Very calm seas, a whole bunch of humidity as you'd expect, but a gentle breeze and very little rain, if any. Like, we might get a couple of showers, but nothing crazy.
All right. So all I'm going to ask is the weather gods do us a favor. Do not save Somerset next week. Please hold on to the rain until after our victory party. That's all I'm saying. Shantra, you got some days of the year for us?
No, I feel like you should ask for rain.
Wow.
Anyway.
Wow.
Well done, Shantra. Well done.
I did 1 year recently when Somerset was closer to 2-1.
Are you Somerset?
I am now.
Ah.
No. It's not because of what you think. The problem that I always had was that my dad's people were St. George's all the way. Like, my nana didn't miss a game, didn't miss first ball for 6 decades or something, right? So
you just going to upset your nana. You're just going to upset your nana.
Wait. You're not letting me finish. My mama, her people, Somerset, 1000%, because my papa, John Stubble, he was a Somerset captain back in the day, right? So I basically was a flip-flopper by necessity, because I would spend one day with my nana, blue all up St. George, and then the next day I would be with my papa and my granny.
So what happened?
He grew up and made an educated decision.
There you go. That's how I characterize it. I have a kid, but I didn't want my kid to have the same experience. So I was like, we gotta plant our feet in something, and I decided to plant my feet in the right place.
It has been
the proper place.
A long month of you bullying me with these St. George's guests. And Teo has just, Teo, thank you. I
You're
appreciate
very
it.
welcome.
Now I
No,
just need
thank
Jade
you.
I need Jade to come on and tell us how much of a Somerset fan she is, and we are gonna end this on a great note.
Yeah,
Sandra, can you're giving I'm having the stomach ache now, headaches are coming on. Can you give me a fun days of the year, please? My goodness.
It's not a fun days of the year. Sorry.
What is it?
It's awareness.
Okay.
Today is World Hepatitis Day.
Mm.
Hepatitis is a disease characterized by the inflammation of the liver. There are 5 main hepatitis viruses, referred to as types A, B, C, D, and E. These 5 types are of greatest concern because of the burden of illness and death they may cause and potential for outbreaks and epidemic spread. In particular, types B and C lead to chronic disease in hundreds of millions of people, and together are the most common cause of liver cirrhosis and cancer. Take care of your health, get vaccinated, and have your doctor screen for hepatitis to prevent health complications. Raise awareness to help others do the same.
You know the V word's not allowed, in the world these days, right? Everybody with that. Tay, man. Hey, sorry to hear this news today, Tay, man. Hopefully you reconsider.
He's not going to speak to you until September, because listen, he's got to get through this week, and then he's going to lose. So then it's going to be like the whole month of August. So
yeah,
in September.
Well, let me ask you just one thing, Jay. What would you have preferred? For me to continue to be a flip-flopper?
Yeah.
Or to have committed to a particular team? Would you ever liked it better if I was still on the fence?
Yeah, flip-flopper was cool. Yeah. Yeah, it was cool.
Okay. Yeah.
But now you're going on the dark side. So you
have just shown that you don't want what's best for your friends. Who would
I want what's best.
I didn't want to say it. I
want what's best for his family. And I feel sorry for Nana now. I feel sorry for his Nana because, he just like all this time he showed Nana love one day, and now he's just going straight Papa. You know what I mean? Think about Nana, bro. Think about Nana. This is about Nana. All right? Yeah, go guilt yourself in a corner, Teo Dill.
This is the most emotionally manipulative conversation I've had in years.
I'm trying. Is it working?
No.
I can't believe you went there.
Hey, man. Hey, I tried. You guys set me up. Tavia, see you later, man. Have a good weekend.
All right, man. See y'all. Thank you very
so much. All right, we've got Jade Richardson coming up, folks. Don't go anywhere. Something tells me she's a very intelligent doctor, and she will be on the right side of history. Do not miss this conversation. Stick with us.
People's ACW, located at King Edward VII Memorial Hospital, carries over-the-counter medicines, toys, cards, and even toiletries. Our knowledgeable staff are there whether you're at emergency, visiting family, or a member of BHB staff, to show you our best even when you're feeling your worst. People's ACW, we're here for you.
Welcome to the new bulk store, Lindo's Next Level.
'70th birthday next month. Have you noticed her age is catching up with her?
Yeah. Plus, she's having a hard time getting up and around like she's used to. I would sure hate to see her fall.
At Medical House Limited, we can help make life situations easier. We have electric beds, motorized scooters, bath stools, walkers, you name it.
Mom's been real good to us. We'll get her birthday and Christmas gifts from Medical House.
Medical House has relocated next to the Dendy Town Field. Number 6 Bakery Lane, Pembroke. Telephone 292-3622.
Alrighty, welcome back to the big show, Sencha Durham. I'm Jamal Hartman. It's the Daily Hour brought to you by the BAC Group of Companies, Medical House Lindo's, and People's Pharmacy. Folks, tomorrow night, you heard it earlier. You will hear it throughout the rest of this show. For the first time ever, you will have Cup Match Selection Night live streamed. We'll have Sancha and Sherry up at Somerset Cricket Club. Maya will be down at St. George and will be led in studio by Jason Ford, who is the voice of Summer with Sean Tucker, as well as some former cricket players in current Bayless Bay and former Somerset Cup match player Stephen Otterbridge, as well as the last man to lead St. George's to victory as captain Lionel Can will be in studio, as well as Larry Marshall Jr. from the Daily Hour team. So it should be a good night of fun, some trivia, some giveaways. We will be giving away tickets to the game. I'm going to apologize in advance for whatever Sherry and Sancha will be wearing on screen. All right. Without further ado, let's bring our guest for the day. What happened, Sancha?
I'm not getting there with you, Joe.
Oh, okay.
Blue and blue doesn't even match. It's ugly.
Gee, I mean, she just had to use the U word before I call us, folks.
I said it. It's ugly.
Oh my goodness. Our feelings got hurt. We have feelings, Sancha. Yo, just like I don't care about, you know what. All right, let's bring our guest today. We've got Jade Richardson in the house. Let's give her a warm TDH welcome. Here we go. Ooh, woo.
Good morning.
Good morning, Jade.
Welcome. How are you?
Hello, how are you? I'm okay. I'm sorry, Sancha, to disappoint you, but I am St. George's all the way.
He's done this purposefully all month. There hasn't been a single guest where we've been on together that has been for Somerset. Not a single guest.
First off, folks, audience, let me be clear. I'm glad that's happened, but I don't make the guest for the show. Jade, this is our first time meeting, right?
That's right. I never met you before.
And even if it weren't, we would have sent it. Yeah,
It does not mean that behind the scenes, Shanta didn't send you a message initially. Are you Somerset or St. George's? St. George's. Oh,
she did not.
Stay.
Okay.
She did not.
She probably did. But you know what, Jade? Before we get into the conversation of why you're here, just let us. What do you have like a memorable cup match experience?
My most memorable cup match experience, I would have to say probably being a teenager and busting out my best outfits. I used to come up with some outfits as a teenager. So I have looked back in the past at old outfits that I've worn and just looking at it as a memory within itself. I would never wear it, no. But
as long as you were
outfits that I would come up with, I had on blue and blue.
Well, I mean, no, but as Sancha said, as long as it weren't one of those tail kind of experiences, which I hardly don't.
No, I didn't have one. No big coat.
Yeah. That brother, boy, he needs some help. But Jay, let's get into it. Just tell the audience, you're here, you are, and I just want to big shout out to NMAC as usual, doing their thing, always out in the community. But just tell us a bit about your background. Who is Jade Richardson?
Absolutely. So first off, my name is Jade Richardson. I am a medical student at St. George's University School of Medicine in Grenada. I have worked at North Shore Medical for 5 years. I started in February of 2018, and then I went off to school in August of 2019, and where I was accepted into their 6-year medical program. So it's been a journey. I owe it all to Dr. Braun, of course, to God. Dr. Braun has been a tremendous support to me. I am very thankful for him. I will always say it, no matter, I probably sound like a broken record at this point, but I will always express my gratitude to him. He knew the dream that I had intended to achieve, and he definitely paved the way for me and made it possible. So I will always be appreciative. I will always be in debt to him, and that is on camera.
It's interesting because I don't like to talk about his story with him not present. And, he and I fight and argue behind the scenes because I keep wanting him to share his story because it's incredible. And I don't want to tell other people's story, but he and I's relationship off the screen, we'll get before the cameras one day and tell it. But to hear you say that means a lot. And I say this because he and I obviously sat in the same classroom for many years. And to see that, someone is sitting here and saying how they're inspired and thankful and grateful for what he's done. That's what it's all about. That's how things should be.
Absolutely.
But in saying that, because just thinking of his story, and this question comes from his story, like I know from him, Dr. Kaiwan Brown, I mean, his one person that always knew what he wanted to do and where he wanted to go. Like, what led you, like, to where did your inspiration and interest in the medical field come from?
So I always had a zeal for science, I'll say. I always loved science. It was always one of my favorite subjects. However, a traumatic experience that occurred in my life actually pushed me in this direction. So in 2013, I lost my only brother. He was everything to me. He was my total world. And when that happened, I remember, and this is a personal story, but I don't mind sharing it because it is a part of who I am today. So the doctor that, was, trying to, I guess, resuscitate him, came in and said that there was nothing that they could have done to prevent it. Like, the only way was if there was a doctor at the scene of his incident that occurred. And so that always resonated in my mind for years. And then, like, it hit me, I think, in about 2016, 17. I was in Texas doing in college doing part of my undergrad, and I said, you know what, I think this is what I need to do. This is what's going to help me make a difference. This is what's going to create a beautiful story. This is going to be an incredible journey for me, and this is what I need to do. And so that's when I went ahead and took the steps that I needed to do to get where I am now. So it wasn't an easy decision to make because I did have a lot of doubt in my mind. I wasn't sure if I was smart enough to do it, and I didn't know that I had the academics to do it, but I've proven myself to be worthy as I've gone on. Mm-hmm.
I absolutely love that. Things that happen. Death is something that there's no coming back from it. And we obviously those of us who are left here, we have to somehow find a way to keep going, and to find that sort of inspiration that you've done is actually incredible. And I hope that someone out there tuned in right now is inspired or empowered by what you just said, because trust me, that was a beautiful story, and I really do hope that it connects with someone out there.
Not everybody is able to turn their pain into purpose.
Yeah.
The fact that you were able to turn that pain, I mean, when people experience traumatic, situations like that, it can go far left, and you can be angry for a very long time. And the fact that you turned that into a purpose, it's amazing. You know what I mean?
Thank you so much.
So happy to hear that. But you were the recipient of the NMAC scholarship. What does it mean to receive the scholarship? What does it mean?
Oh my gosh, I am so humbled by the opportunity, especially because it's given me the finances I need towards something that is a dream. It's a lifestyle that I'm excited to begin, and for them to have, seeing me, as someone that could embody everything that NMAC stands for is just a beautiful thing, and I'm very blessed and thankful to have been rewarded it. So, just for those who don't know, it is a $10,000 scholarship, and I get it every year. So it is a big, big, big blessing. I'm very thankful.
So you said that it's a 6-year program. You've been there for 5 years now.
4.
Four.
I've been at North Shore Medical for 5.
Oh, sorry. Okay. So but you're nearing the end. Yeah. Does it feel like that to you?
It does. It does feel like that in a way, but then sometimes it feels like it's never ended. Especially because I have exams every 3.5 weeks. Like at that 4th week mark, so I'm always preparing for exams. So it's always a challenge. But as I like to tell people, I love to embrace my challenges. I love to.
So throughout the year, you have exams every 3 weeks?
No, not throughout the year, in my semesters. So I have them every 3 weeks. Like every 3 weeks, I have an exam coming. So I'm always preparing for an exam. Mm-hmm.
That's
always. It's a large demand, but it's incredible.
What do you hope to do once you've completed your studies?
So I would like to come back and return to Bermuda, obviously, to see that I can help those who are suffering with severely chronic illnesses. So I want to do internal medicine. That's the specialty that I love to do. That's the one that's shown the most interest to me at this point. I would like to subspecialize in something else. I'm not sure yet, but I do want to do something with chronic illnesses because I see that that's a need in Bermuda. I see that that's something that, you know, we kind of let shy away at times. So that's something that I would love to work and help to better, especially.
All right. Folks, if you have any questions or comments for Jade, please send them through. But there are quite a few people in the audience, Jade, that are happy that you're a St. George's fan. So I just want to let you know that. And then some people just sending you love, so proud of you. And Michelle White says, it's beautiful that you've been able to take such a tragic situation and turn it into a personal success story. Carol Joel Ramirez says, so proud of you, Jade. You are certainly worthy. Let me just ask this. Based on your own experience and your growth and your journey, what advice would you give to someone? Because I had a very strange outlook when it came to academics. You said something just now in terms of, and are you something to the effect, are you smart enough to do this or something? I never wanted to go to graduate school because I'm like, I'm no good at math. I'm going to get an MBA and things like that. What advice would you give someone who is hesitant about maybe pursuing their goals or dreams or aspirations because they feel that way about themselves?
Excellent question. This is actually one of my favorite questions because I love to give this answer. I quickly learned in medical school that it's not how smart you are, it's how determined you are, it's how far you're willing to go to ensure the end goal happens. And that's something that I live by. I work very hard. Some nights I don't get to sleep, but because I have the drive and because I am a very determined person, I'm not going to let anything stop me. I recently, was sick last year. It was a very difficult experience. And I was in the hospital, but I was taking my exams in that hospital. You know what I mean? And so when you know that this is what you're called to do, you're willing to do whatever it takes to ensure that it happens. And I know that I couldn't have done that, without the grace of God. I couldn't have done that without the support from my parents, Dr. Braun. They greatly helped me. Dr. Essick as well, Dr. Bennett, all of these lovely doctors, Dr. Simmons, all of these people were encouraging me. And so that's what got me through. So make sure you have a strong support system. Make sure that you are determined and willing to go as far as you need to achieve your dreams, because anything is possible. And the sky is never too high, never too high.
And you've mentioned Dr. Brown a couple of times. I just want to talk, what has the experience at NMAC done for your growth in this space?
So actually this summer, I've had the opportunity to work alongside Dr. Aswick. And it's hilarious because a lot of the things that I have studied my previous term have come back into fruition here. So I've had a few patients that have had some of the illnesses that I've studied. And so it's been an incredible experience to be able to see what's happening from the textbooks in real life. So that's been incredible. And just being able to accumulate all of this knowledge, it's just been a blessing. And it's something that that has helped me greatly. I still feel that I am studying, even though I'm on my break and I do leave next week to return. But even though I'm on my break, I still feel like I'm getting, like my mind is still working medically. It's still thinking clinically, and it's training me to think more clinically. So that's something that's been really helpful. And I know it will be helpful, especially for my next upcoming term.
All righty. Jade, they sending you support. We've got Jacqueline Eve who says, congrats, Jade. What a life testimony that you are fulfilling. And Rondell Richardson, so proud of you, Jade. St. George's. I like how she added that at the end. Headley and Stevenson Swan says, go, Jade. I'm extremely proud and excited for you. Sharon Simmons says, awesome interview, Jade. So proud of you. And Charmaine Richardson says, proud of you, Jade. She's unfortunate for St. George. Like her dad. All right, Miss Richardson. All right. Like her daddy. Like her daddy. Hey, dad made a great choice.
Jamal, I always give you these links to people after the fact, right?
Mm-hmm. Give it to us. That's right. Come on now. Then who we know?
So Jade is Maddox's cousin.
I am.
Yes.
I am.
Maddox is her son, audience.
Yes. Very close cousin. So I need to talk to your mom about you being for St. George's.
Bless.
Love her. We need to talk about this.
You know, I wish you would have kept this one for after the show.
No,
Come on.
Seriously, Jade used to come and see Miss Seymour all the time.
That's my favorite auntie. That's
yeah.
right.
Wow.
All the time. And even when she would come visit her in the restaurant, and Jade would sit there for hours talking
with tea.
Just has this caring, warming energy about her, which I feel like why you study in medicine.
And that leads to another question.
Thank you so much.
But that leads to another question, because just Sancha saying that reminded me of when my mom was in the hospital. How important is personality to the job that you want to do?
Incredibly important. There is nothing worse than when someone is in healthcare and they have a sour attitude, or they have no compassion in their heart. That is probably one of my biggest pet peeves. I believe that having a good bedside manner is one of the most important characteristic skills that you need in medicine, because, and especially because I know what it's like to be a patient. I feel like I'm able to give that better because I know what was lacking when I was sick. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so when you have those personal experiences, they can help you. But having a bedside manner that is positive, that is kind, is something that Bermuda doors need. And I hope that those that are studying medicine or anticipate to study medicine or are currently studying medicine are going in with that kind of mindset, because you cannot be self-centered in this field. This is a field where you have to have a beautiful heart. You have to be kind, but you also have to be tough. You also have to be able to treat people with respect, even when they're disrespecting you. And that can be a challenge, but it's something that is essential and vital to ensure that professionalism is maintained, and also to ensure that the patient is comfortable. That is nothing more important than that.
I want to pick up on something else. You keep mentioning God, and I think we live in a time where so many people are so far removed from that. How important is your faith in what you're trying to do?
I would not be where I am today without my faith. It's actually making me teary-eyed because God has been a key figure in my life. And without him, I would not have reached this opportunity where I am today. And I'm very thankful. Aunt Jan used to say, Sancha, you would remember this. Aunt Jan always used to say to continue to fight the good fight of faith. And that's what I did while I was sick. And had I not, I probably wouldn't have survived. And so faith is what brings me through. Faith is what I continue to embody as I carry on. I always ask God's approval before I do anything, before I make a decision. That is something that I continue to live by, and it helps me. And it's a blessing when you have support system that sees faith as the same thing. Dr. Braun has a beautiful faith as well. Most of the physicians that I am, really close with, faith has been an essential part of their career. And so that's what I continue to strive to have as I continue.
And
you got me back here crying.
I'm sorry, Satcha. But I know, Aunt Jan always used to say that you have to fight the good fight of faith. And I always try to live that way. And she taught her sons that as well. Jesse and Jordan know that's what their mama lived by. And so that's what I continue to live by as well.
I mean, I didn't mean to make anyone actually emotional, but there are times when I say this very comment. we wake up, we do this show daily, and it shows like this. There's people like you. There are characters like you that really, I say to Sancho or Sherry and Maya Larry, like, this is why we get up and keep doing this. Just yesterday, someone sent a message and said, thank you for being consistent in what you do, because you don't have to do it. But I do feel like we have to do it, because my hope is that someone will reach out to you or Dr. Brown or even us to get your information because of what you have shared today. So thank you so much. And there's so many other comments. Sancha, did you have anything else you wanted to say?
No, thank you, Jade. Thank you. I didn't know. I know. So I didn't know that you were in medical school. Honestly, Jamal, so I knew Jade as Jesse's cousin. She would come to the house, and I knew that you and Miss Seymour had a very special relationship, right? And I didn't know anything else. I didn't know that you weren't doing well, especially when Miss Seymour was in the hospital last year. And I know that was difficult. So to see you come on and be able to speak to you today, it warms my heart. It makes me so happy to see that you're doing so well. And I know she would be so proud.
And Jay, let me say this before you go. I don't know your mom, but I'm on your side. St. George's all the way. All right.
That's right. Thank you guys so
But
much.
Can
I just say one? Can I just say one thing? I just want to shout out our patients at NMAC. We love you. We appreciate you. We thank you for making it with us 10 years. This was a really big year for us. So I just want to show our appreciation to the staff as well, my colleagues and coworkers, everything that we do here at NMAC, and a lot of things go on behind the scenes that I don't want to go unnoticed. So I just want to shout out the NMAC staff, our patients, our beautiful, lovely patients. I also want to shout out to Miss Hadley Swan. She is a big fan of the Daily Hour, so I want to shout her out. And I want to shout out all the SGU students that are watching right now. And all the future medical students.
Thank you. Jay, please don't be a stranger to this show. We're going to keep in touch about your studies and the like.
Please do.
Yes, for sure. But enjoy the rest of your day. And
Thank you.
Go St. George's. Jade Richardson.
Yes, all the way. Thank you so much.
I'm going to let you all have it.
Folks, if you appreciated that conversation, please give us a thumbs up, a love, a like. We're going to come back and wrap it up. But I have a lot to say about that conversation. A lot to say. And I really hope that it connects with someone. But in the meantime, give us a love, a like. Please share this conversation with your friends, your family, your WhatsApp groups. Look, the energy she brought shifted my weekend energy. I'm telling you. But stick with us. Here's your final reminder of what's going on tomorrow night, folks. Your final reminder. Please go to bcgtv.com right now and register so that you don't miss out.
Who has the most wickets in cup match history? Oh, that would be that by Bartholomew Jones. Wrong. Bimba Jenkins.
Bye, what are you doing now?
I'm refreshing my cup match knowledge for the trivia night.
Trivia?
Yeah. On Saturday, July 29th, the 2023 Cup Match Selection coverage will be live streamed on bcgtv.com at 7 p.m. Take part in the night of trivia, learn how much tickets for the game are, and find out who's making the cut. Presented by Bermuda Communications Group Limited and Media Maya, and brought to you by HSBC. Who's taking home the cup this year?
St. George's!
Come on, shit!
Ordering from ER Fisheries has just gotten simpler. With just a few clicks of a button, you can place an order for next-day delivery or same-day pickup. Our ever-expanding list of offerings now include grocery pantry items, specialty meats, and bread and dairy items. We know things have been hard, and we're here to make planning for your next meal or party easy. Whether you're a vegetarian or a meat eater, we have what you're looking for. And best of all, it can be delivered to your door in 24 hours or less. Go to www.erfisheries.bm and check out our wide range of seafood, beef, lamb, pork, poultry, fruits, vegetables, and plant-based products, all available at reasonable prices. That's www.erfisheries.bm.
Right, folks, we've got a giveaway. Don't go anywhere. But I just want to say once again, thanks to Jade Richardson, thanks to NMAC for their partnership. Thank you for the inspiring, the motivating, the empowering conversation this morning, Jade. And thanks again to the BAC group of companies, Medical House, Lindos, and People's Pharmacy for ensuring that we're able to have these conversations with guests like Jade. Folks, it's time for the Daily Play, brought to you by Bermuda Trivia. The Cup Match edition of Bermuda Trivia is now available in stores throughout Bermuda. Follow Bermuda Trivia on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok to find out why it's Bermuda's favorite trivia game. Sencha, are you ready?
Audience, help me out.
All right. And after this trivia, we will have the giveaway. So get ready. Get ready. We're going to be giving away some Cup Match towels. All right, here we go. More Cup Match trivia. Who is the highest scoring duo? Sorry. Hold up. Who is the highest scoring sibling duo in Cup Match history? Sibling duo.
No, I don't know.
That's easy.
I don't know. I don't know. Start your timer, Jamal.
You can't hear it?
No. You're gonna have to sing.
That's it. Someone kind of got it. Thank you. This is the actual answer. Randall and Clay Smith. Yeah. They are the highest scoring duo. You can't just say the Smith brothers. Smith's the most popular last name in Bermuda. It could be Jamal Smith and Sencha Smith, right? But no, it's Randall and Clay Smith are the highest scoring sibling duo in Cup Match history. I believe both of them have over 1,000 runs. You see what Kathy Rogers did, right?
Well, Kathy should have helped me get the. Oh, she did. Clay and Randall.
Yeah, but she's just letting you know. Of course, St. George's players, folks. We're gonna do it. So, hashtag. All right. If you want to win a towel today, what's the hashtag gonna be, Sancha?
Somerset.
I can't do that to the audience. I can't do that to them. I can't do that to them. Let's go. Let's hashtag Cup Match, folks.
Yeah.
The hashtag is going to be Cup Match. All right. So for your chance to win one of the new Cup Match towels, they say Mary Prince, they say Emancipation Day. Just put hashtag Cup Match for your chance to win. But let's wrap it up. Final thoughts on today's show.
I hope that we are in a position to make better memories, more memories this Cup Match holiday. Jamal, I can't wait to see you at the field and
I'm gonna be friendly.
Have a good time. Give you another beer hug.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be in a good mood this year. I'm not getting emotionally attached this year.
You're gonna lose. So either way, you're not gonna be in a good mood. Anyway. Yes. What?
I'm not entering the trash talk. I'm trying my best, Sancha. I'm trying.
And as far as Jade is concerned, Jade, I'm so happy to see a young Black female in medical school doing her thing. And you know what I mean? Like being an inspiration to other little young, not just brown girls, but just girls, right? And I honestly didn't know you were in medical school. I'm sorry I didn't know that, but I wish you nothing but positive, being successful. You know, your mom, her mom, and I. When I do see her, like we speak on a regular basis, and knowing how amazing her mom is, I can see why Jade is such the sweet spirit that she is. So.
I don't know her mom personally. I've never hung out or spoken to her, but I know her mom tunes into the show. But I am a bit disappointed about her Somerset team, but thankfully she raised a wonderful young lady. So we'll leave it at that. But as far as memorable Cup Match, folks, I'm honestly, I can't get emotionally attached anymore. You know, I left Manchester United alone. I stopped following them on social media because I just couldn't take it. Look, Maddox and I are very similar in that respect. Like we react the same, and people
Can I butt in a little bit?
Sure.
You feel like because Manchester won the other day, you have hope for St. George.
No.
I got it.
No, I don't. I don't. I look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I promised myself I would not be emotionally attached this year with St. George's. I'm gonna go there, enjoy the cricket, but I'm gonna have fun with people. Okay. I'm not gonna I'm being serious now. Honestly, guys, I am going to have fun with you all. Like you see me, we're having fun. We're gonna have a Heineken Zero together. Or whatever mocktail you drink, we're gonna have fun. Leave me in my corner, smoke my mango cigar. That's my one cigar for the summer. But we're going to have fun. But I say that because we asked the question this morning. What's your most memorable cup match? Let's create some memories. Let's create some things that we're going to want to laugh and talk about in years to come. And even others will have fun with us. Now, we don't need to be as extreme as Teo. No, we don't need to do that. But let's have some fun and let's be safe and enjoy it. As far as Jade, I don't know what more I can say. I mean, that was a testimony this morning.
Yeah.
If anyone isn't going to this weekend service, you got one this morning. I think there are so many things in there that inspired me to want to keep going and do things differently. So my hope, and I sincerely say this to anyone who's tuned in, please share that conversation. You never know who might be inspired or empowered, because her story was one of adversity. And she spoke about how she powered through. But one of the things I want us not to forget about what she shared with her journey is the people she surrounds herself with. How important her support unit is. And I'm not trying to be all soft and mushy, but I speak often about this team. This team I love. I love them. I'm not afraid to say that on the air. They are honestly amazing. And when she spoke about Dr. Brown and the NMAC team, folks, creating an environment where everyone likes each other, gets along, they respect each other, it's not a given. So thank you for that and making me believe that, hey, we're on the right track as well. And I'm looking forward to, watching her journey as she goes. So thank you to NMAC. Thank you to Jade. And as a community, let this story inspire all of us to do more for ourselves that's going to benefit our family, our friends, and the greater community. Now, we did say we were going to do a giveaway, right?
We did. Cup match red and blue towels.
Okay. Well, we need to get rid of this one. So yeah. Yeah, let's see what we got. All right, let's do this. Let's see who's gonna. We'll give away a few. We'll give away a few. All right, Sandra. All right, so let's hit that drum roll. Let's see. Where's the drum roll? Okay, here we go. It's time to give it away. The hashtag was cup match. Let's see who's going to be our first winner.
You're gonna have to make the drum roll sound.
Yeah, we need a fit. This drum roll doesn't match this. Jacqueline Eve. All right, congratulations. Hopefully she's a St. George's fan. If she is, I think St. George's.
Jacqueline has to be a Somerset fan.
Oh, really? Why?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'm just saying.
Very surprised if she was for St. George's.
St. George's people have been winning these lately, so it wouldn't surprise me if she was. So, Jackie Eve, please send us an email. Engage at the. I hope I can call you Jackie. Oh yeah, she is Somerset. Sorry. She says thank you, Somerset. Sorry to hear that. Hope I can call you Jackie, but yeah, Jackie. Please send us an email. Engage at thedailyhour.com. Let's do it again, Sandra. Let's hope it's St. George's person wins, right?
No, I hope it's 3 in a row. Somerset.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's see. Who's it going to be? Oh, Tanya Cheeseman. She's St. George's. Congratulations. You want to do it one more time?
So Tanya is
St. George's.
Okay.
St. George's. All right, one more time. So Tanya, send an email, engage at thedailyhour.com. I don't know why you all can't hear the effects today. Let me just see something. Hold on. That means that my audio has been off all morning. Yeah, it has. Here we go. And you all didn't even tell me. You're going to hear it now. You all didn't tell me my audio was off this morning. Here we go.
Your audio sounds good now.
Because I just plugged in the board. You all didn't tell me all this time. Here we go. Oops, wrong one. Here we go. Rondell Richardson. All right, I think you want to again. So please send us an email. You all did not tell me my board was not plugged in all morning, but you know what? I forgive you. Haters gonna hate. Folks, don't forget tomorrow, 7 p.m. You don't want to miss Cup Match Selection Night. Everyone who's received a towel will send an email to engage@thedailyhour.com right now. Tomorrow night, again, a lot of giveaways, a lot of fun. You don't have to hit your WhatsApp group up who made the team. You will be engaging live with us to find out who won that lucky draw to participate in the Summer Classic. Hopefully, Sherry and Sancho's colors don't scare you too much. And
let me just ask you this. Are you going to be a copycat?
no, I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you.
You are. You are. Everyone, if you see him in a St. George's jersey, he's being a copycat.
You can tell him what you want. I'm not telling you. But on the pro shop stuff. Anyway, you got some daily inspiration for us, Sister Sancho?
I do. Daily inspiration is brought to you by ER Fisheries. And when it was over, nothing defined us other than the moments that made us feel free. And that's by R.M. Drake.
Freedom, peace. What a feeling, Sancho.
Yeah.
You know, it's the part of the show I dislike the most. But folks, please don't forget, go to bcgtv.com and don't forget to subscribe on this website, thedailyhour.com. Follow us on all of our social media channels to stay up to date with all that we have going on. Help us grow beyond the mic as we do our part to continue to improve our community. Thanks again to our partners, the BAC Group of Companies, Medical House Lindos, and People's Pharmacy, for ensuring that we're able to do this with you on a daily basis. As always, we appreciate you, we love you, and we thank you for making us part of your daily routine. If all goes well, we'll be back to do this again with you on Monday. Well, she's Sancho Durham. I'm Jamal Hartman. Please make it a safe and a great weekend. We are out. Peace.